Why does ice turn into water and then sometimes disappear into the air? The answer helps us understand one of the biggest ideas in science. Matter can be a solid, a liquid, or a gas. Imagine tiny building blocks so small that we cannot see them. These building blocks are always moving, even when something looks still. How they are arranged changes the kind of matter we see. A solid keeps its own shape. An ice cube is a solid because it stays blocky, even if you hold it in your hand or place it in a bowl. Its tiny particles are packed closely together, like children standing shoulder to shoulder in a crowded line. A liquid is different. Water is a liquid because it can flow and pour. It takes the shape of its container, whether that is a cup, a puddle, or a river. In a liquid, the particles are still close together, but they can slide past one another, like students moving carefully through a doorway. A gas is even freer. Water vapor is a gas, and it spreads out to fill all the space around it. The particles are much farther apart, like balloons drifting away from each other in a big room. So what happens when ice is heated? Heat gives the particles more energy. They begin to wiggle faster and push apart. Soon the solid ice can no longer hold its shape, and it melts into liquid water. If water gets even more heat, the particles move so quickly that they escape into the air as water vapor. Cooling works in the opposite way. When water loses heat, its particles slow down and come closer together. Liquid water can freeze into solid ice again. The matter does not vanish. It only changes how its tiny particles move and sit together. Scientists learned about these states by observing everyday changes like melting snow, boiling water, and freezing ponds. These familiar changes helped people realize that matter can change form without changing what it is made of. Challenge question: which state keeps its own shape, solid, liquid, or gas?
Solid.
Bonus question: what happens when liquid water becomes cold enough? It freezes into a solid.